Good morning, Flosstube. It's Tuesday, January 30th, I believe. Welcome back to my channel. If you're just finding me, my name is Helen. I go by eastcoast.crafter on Instagram. I'm a longtime stitcher from Maine. My grandmother and mother taught me when I was 10 or younger, so it's been a number of years since then. I don't have a lot today. This will be a pretty quick video. I just thought it will build up if I wait, so we'll just do it today. I have one finish, an update on whips, a couple purchases, and then I have a couple things I wanted to show that were framing or finishing finds. So that if you're interested, like they're in the store now, so now is the time. So we'll start with my finish. I finished this yesterday. It needs a good iron. This is Fiddlesticks AU on Etsy. It's called Solemnly Swear. Her pattern gives you the colors for all of the Hogwarts houses. That's showing up super dark. It's kind of gonna snow here later today. This is on Picture This Plus Tycho. It's like an off-white, it's an ecru, but it's showing up way gray. So I did swap out, I used Weeks Envy for just the Solemnly. I didn't want to fill in all the rest. I would have needed like 4 skeins of it. So I just used it for the one. And then I darkened up one of the greens just so it would match a little better. And I ended up changing, there's an off-white used. That was the exact same color of my fabric. So I just changed that to a light gray. I think it's 168. I don't remember what I used, but so this one's done. I need to find a frame for that. And then I have some other Harry Potter stitches that are on my bookshelf with all my books and things. So that's where this one will go. So that's all done. I did work on, I have some ongoing whips that got a little bit of love in the last 2 weeks. The other thing I learned how to do, I made Grime Guards. Boink. I found a tutorial online. They were not difficult in the least. And Schoolhouse Stitcher Jessica had shown the bodkin, and I should have brought it down. It's a long 5-6 inches. You can hook your elastic in it to pull it through instead of using a pin and trying to do it that way. So much easier, Jessica, thank you. So this piece, this is my Woodland Christmas, and this is gonna take all year. I'm just putting a few little motifs in. So this week, I did the birds, I did the moon, this tree, that rabbit might have been in. I did a bunch of this little confetti. This is on a Joblin. I'm an Ada stitcher. This one calls for the petite cross stitch. These little tiny birds. There's some teeny tiny ladybugs, which are 1/1, so I had to use something that I could do 1/1 on. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, this takes me so much longer than my Ada. And this one was really slippery. It's a Joblin, which is why I needed the Grime Guard to give me something a little stiffer to hold on to. But that one's coming along. Like I said, it will be a process. I'll just plug away. Cats are fighting. I think last time I had started, Frosted Pumpkins Into the Jungle had just come out. So I finished month 1, my sloth, who I love. This is a super bright, get off my stuff. It's a bright green. I had dyed this for something else that I ended up not doing, and I thought, well, let's just use it. So I need to change, the squares have square borders on them. I need to figure out exactly what I'm using for those borders, because the colors that are called for just aren't going to show up enough on that fabric. So the second part of that one comes out in a couple days, and I think they said it was birds, a trio of birds. So I'll jump back on that. And then the other one, yesterday I finished Solemnly Swear. We might get knocked over. So I pulled back out Evergreen. And I just got this little bit. There's a squirrel on there. So this one, I'm thinking I really should finish this one up before I start something else. I do have a spring piece that I want to do to have out for spring, but there's still plenty of snow on the ground here, so I could still stitch Christmas, no problem. So that was my whips. Purchases, I just had one little order come in. I got a couple patterns and some floss from Crazy Annie Miller. She's over on Bonanza. I love shopping from Crazy Annie. She has great deals. She has great sales. Anyone want some cats? So I got Nest, or Where Hearts Rest. This is a Brenda Gervais with that needle and thread. And I'm pretty sure she had to order this one in for me. She always goes above and beyond if you're looking for something and it's from one of the companies she usually gets. If you don't mind waiting, she's happy to get that in with her next shipment. So I got this one. And then the other one, the other thing I really like about Crazy Annie is sometimes I've had good luck finding older patterns that you'll see on eBay or Stash Unload for way more than I want to spend on them. Like this one. So this is Christmas Tree Farm. For some reason, this one, there's a reindeer roundup, which is kind of has a similar look, but I like this one better, and no one has it. Oh, Anne had it, $8. And then I think it was on sale from there, so it was a great find. So I snagged this, and like I said, some floss that I needed for different projects. Annie said she had Farmhouse Christmas, the little house, which is adorable, and I love. I won't be doing it this year. Annie had 400 people sign up for her auto ship, which I think is just incredible. I mean, if she had that many, all the other stores had hundreds or dozens. We're going to be seeing a lot of Farmhouse Christmas this year, which is great, because then when I want to do it next year, I can see how people changed it and do some tweaks. My sister's planning on doing it, so that will be nice. I can see hers. She came down last week on Friday, and we had a craft day. We did a little sewing. I helped her with a couple French knots on one of her pieces. Then we just chatted and talked and looked at stuff, so that was fantastic. Framing finds. I was at Target this week, and in the dollar spot, they have pink and white. These are chalkboard. They have a little easel on the back, $3. So I actually bought a pink and a white because I can Priscilla this right up. This will be great for Valentine's Day. I don't have any Valentine patterns right now, but I will someday. And then the white one's good all year round. You know, you put any different color backing on that you want, and that will be fantastic. So if you're in the market for them, it's a little, I should have measured it. It's not quite 8 by 10, like it's a little narrower and taller. But $3, dollar spot. This next one, Misty Pursel, who has her own channel on Flosstube as Misty Pursel. She's Luminous Fiber Arts on Instagram. She had shown before Christmas, she finished a Prairie Schooler. I think it's called Christmas Eve, and it's like a horizontal rectangle. And she finished it, mounted it on fabric, and then she magneted, she magneted, I don't even know if that's a word. She found this easel, and it's beautiful. If you go to her Instagram, she has pictures, and I asked her where she found this, and I bought it. Went online. So this is from Kohl's, and I think I just searched like chalkboard, and it came up. It says $50. I did not spend $50 on this. You know Kohl's, it was on sale. I waited till they had a 30% off with free shipping. I think it was like $15. So that'll be perfect. I can use this for a bunch of stuff. And I like the little detail it has on the top. So thank you, Misty, because I love this. So I have to come up with something to use that. And then my last one, I was at Michael's this week, and their spring stuff is out. And they have some nice stuff this spring. They're not dough bowls, but they have some really nice sanded, like garden containers, I guess. They're rectangular, they have square. They have something dough bowl-ish, but it's really narrow, so you wouldn't really be able to fit much in. So they have those kinds of things. But then I found this. I know it's not going to show. So it spins. Not that I need it to spin, but it spins. Chalkboard. It's actually metal, so I won't even need to mess around with gluing a washer or sheet metal or anything to stand up. And this is perfect for long, skinny designs. My mom bought me Country Cottage Most Wonderful Time of the Year for Christmas. That's going to go on here. I have Think Spring. I think it's Think Spring. It's the hands-on design, season in chalk, spring design. That one will be a little short, but just slap a bow on here and that'll be great. So now I need to pull that out and work on that one, even though that wasn't really in the plan for this year. So this is a great find. And again, I cut the tag off. I don't know what, I think it was like $40, you know, originally, but it was 40% off. They were having an extra 20% off sale. So this ended up being between $15 and $20, $17, which I think for something that you can use year round, it's way less expensive than framing. And then you just mount things on your own. You can change up the colors. You can Priscillify to your heart's content. It's gonna go right on that shelf back there. So I love that. They had bright red, which was beautiful. But I thought I'd get more use out of the boring white one. So I got the boring white one. So I'm excited to stitch something up that I can display on that. That's about it. I have a couple of shout outs. A couple people that I've been watching the last week that I don't think, well, one of them I know I haven't mentioned. Stitching Social, Allison and Jennifer, the two sisters from Canada. I finally watched their video. I watched their most recent video, and then I had to start from the beginning because I just want to go stitch with them and hang out, although my cats would not like Allison's dog. They've got some really fun projects going on. They have very similar tastes to what I like, so I like all the things they pick. They've been showing off some of their older projects. River wants to go outside. I'm sure you can hear him howling, so I'll get him out there. There he is, the beast. So I really like them. They were really, really fun, and I'll be watching them. And then I've been catching up on Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. She has some really cool stuff too. And I like, Julie seems to have very eclectic tastes, kind of like I do, where she's stitching on, you know, a sampler and something very prim. And then she's doing a Harry Potter piece, or she's doing Get Crackin' by Ink Circles. Yet she's also, you know, she has her kind of more modern pieces too. They're all mixed in. Because I seem to have, I like all the things. I don't go super sampler and prim, but I love Woodland Needle and Thread, and that's more prim. So, and then I have my Solemnly Swear. So I have a little bit of everything with some frosted pumpkin tossed in. So I really like Julie. She's a lot of fun to watch. And that's about it. 14 minutes. That's my 2 weeks summed up in 14 minutes. Life-wise, no updates. This is just status quo time of year. We've had more snow days. We've had late start. I don't think we've had a full regular week of school since before Christmas. Our district has had 8 snow days. 5 of them were weird. We had a storm, a windstorm before Thanksgiving, and we lost power. We had it lost here for 2 or 3 days. Other towns in the district lost it. We had no school for a whole week. We lost 5 days. So they're working on making up those days. They have a plan in place. But since then, we've lost 3 more days because of snow. We've had a couple of late starts, 2-hour delays. It'll be July 4th we'll still be in school. That's what it feels like. Last year it was June 22nd when we got done for the summer. So that made for a short summer. So we'll see what happens this year. But that's all. I hope everyone's having a good week. Thanks for tuning in. This was a short video, so now you can squeeze in lots more people. I'll put links down below for Stitching Social and Julie Kansas City Girl and Misty Pursel. And I'll also find the link I used for the Grime Guards if anyone wants to try making them. They were really easy. They did call, I have an 11-inch Q-snaps, and the measurements, I needed 46 inches, which naturally, you know, your fabric's 43 inches wide. So I think I did like 30 inches and 16 or whatever, just slapped them together, you know, leaving an extra 1/4 inch on each one for your seam. And that worked fine. I mean, my designs were all, I made 3 of them, and they were all very forgiving for matching up fabrics. It was nothing fancy. And then you're just going to squish it all up, so who's going to know the difference? So that's what I did, and it was really easy, and those are nice. That will be hopefully help with the Jovelin. Maybe I'll like it a little more. I hope everyone's having a good week, like I said, and I will visit with you probably in a couple weeks. I don't think I'll have that Prairie Schooler done by then, but you never know. I'm not expecting to start anything new, but you never know. The new block will be out for Frosted Pumpkins, so I'll work on that. And then we have school vacation coming up, so that will either be crazy and I have no time, or I have all kinds of time. Depends on what we're doing. But that's that. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. Thank you again for subscribing and tuning in, and have a great week. Bye.